The Menard Eagles with a shutout victory at home in round one against the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. And so they will hit the road, headed to Uptown New Orleans to face the Newman Greenies. We're here with head coach David Perkins. And coach, before we talk about this regional game with Newman, I'd love to hear your thoughts about a really, really great night at the Eagles Nest, shutting out your first round opponent.
Well, it's always nice to be playing at home, especially whenever your team has played good enough to qualify for the playoffs, but not only qualify for the playoffs, but to be at home. It's a special event for us. Sometimes they're hard to come by, but we worked hard this year. We got a senior laden team, and then we got guys around them that have played very, very well. So we got the home game. Kind of peaked, I believe, hopefully maybe not peaked enough yet, but, with a new kind of style offense with the new quarterback, so we're getting the ball down the field a little bit more. So we're looking to score more points. And, when you get this point in the playoffs, you gotta put some points up there on the board. We love playing defense here, but, man, you're going to go against some good players and some good offenses. And these coaches these days, man, they know how to create space, for defenses, and it makes it very difficult to defend. So we're up for the challenge, but we did have a great night this past Friday night. All of our fans showed up. It was a great night for us, and be one that we'll remember for a while.
Yeah, and you talked about that senior leadership that you've leaned on so much this season. You had two more that stepped up. One on offense with Aiden Moran getting finding the end zone seemingly all night, and Jacob Janice with nearly 20 tackles on defense, and just super impactful. But other than those two guys, who's going to be leaned on either side of the ball now going on the road in this in round two?
Well, not anyone in particular. We're going to spread that thing around. Like you said, Aiden Moran had a great night here this past Friday night. He's had a great year. He went over 1,000 yards during this game. And he's kind of grinded it out this year. Hasn't had like big runs like he did this past Friday night. And we kept telling him, it's coming. It's coming. We're going to get the big runs, and it happened this past Friday. So we're going to lean on him a little bit. But then, also with our starting quarterback, Jake Vaughn, being out the last couple of weeks, and he's out. He's out for the year. Number 12, Peyton Purcell, has come in. He was the defensive end all year long, but, we have been grooming him to be the quarterback for next year. So he has played in JV games, and he has been getting reps at practice as far as that goes. So obviously he's getting all the reps, so we're going to lean on him a little bit. And then, of course, our receivers. If I would have told you the other night that we'd score 47 points and Matthew Hicks, number 17, wouldn't have even had one reception, you probably would have said I was a little bit crazy. But what it tells you is that we've got all these other weapons around him. Cutter Knowles, number 10, one of our wideout slot receiver, had a great night. He had that 80-yarder. Number 1, Zach Dozot and T-Sam Bracada all had receptions during this game. So, we're going to spread it around. That'll make us even better, and it'll open up that run game. Defensively, you're right. Jacob Janice, number 32, our outside linebacker, had a great and career night, 19 tackles, but he's had a great year the whole year. He's had over 100 tackles on the season. We've went through all of our awards and stuff, which we can't announce yet, but he's got a great chance of getting awards at the end of this year. He's a great linebacker. To me, he's an all-state type linebacker. He's a leader on our team. But we got great guys around him on defense. We depend on our defense to play physical, tough football. Try to keep the other team out of the end zone. We bend a little bit, but we just try not to break. And so, so we're not leaning on anyone in particular, but we're going to be leaning on all of them. And that's just kind of the way the Eagles play.
Yeah, and look, just another note about Hicks there. I did notice that with everybody that filled the stat sheet on offense, his name went there. But that's been so much of what he's done this year. He doesn't come out of the game, for large portions of it, and he's just seemingly done whatever it takes to serve his team and serve his teammates, and it's been great to see. So going up against Newman, what have y'all done to prepare this week to match up against what they do well?
Well, first of all, they're a very good team. They were coached well. They've played good teams during the playoffs, and obviously they like playing there at home, which is kind of a unique place to play if you've looked at their field or been to their field. It's kind of surrounded by buildings right there in the middle of the campus, so it's pretty cool. But obviously they're a good program. They've been a good program for many, many, many years. They've got a really good quarterback who is going to Tulane as a running back. So he runs the ball a lot out of spread, but the thing that makes him dangerous is that he's a really powerful runner. But if you load up to try to stop him on the run, he's got some good receivers and he can throw the ball around a little bit. They like to spread you out sometimes and get their good receivers in open space. So we'll have our work cut out for us on defense. We lean on our defense a lot this year, and we're going to lean on them a lot again this Friday night. And then offensively, they're just they're in the right place on defense. They get to where they're supposed to be. Pass routes, they like to run zone, and they're going to get to their zones. And they're going to blitz and call little blitzes every now and then. But we've been blitzed on the whole year. It's something that we're ready for, something we're preparing for. But like I said, they're a really good team, but they're playing a good team, and we're trying to make sure our guys are confident enough to know that they can go down south. It's a long ride for us, but they got to be confident that what we've done during this year and that this season schedule has prepared us for this particular game. And it's big stakes. Winner goes on to the quarters where there's only 8 teams left, and then it gets really serious after that. So, we're looking to go play, Newman. We've played them before here at home. It's been a little while, but, I think we've prepared pretty well. The guys have accepted that. The seniors want to keep playing. So we're going to go give them all we got.
Yeah, and again, just a fantastic night in round one to get that shutout victory, and another wonderful opportunity for not only your seniors but your whole program to go to Uptown and take on a program like Newman. And I was talking with someone this morning that Alexandria is so much better when Menard football is part of that conversation. So everyone's thrilled for you, and we wish you good health and a safe trip down there. And thank you so much for your time previewing this game with us.
Okay. Appreciate y'all having us.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.